Coming up on this brand new edition of Don't Panic, we've got a lot of tech news, including the possibility of no ads in Hulu got you excited. Well, you're going to have to pay for them. We also release HBO Now from its Apple grips. We also talk about the results of Prime Day. We discuss iPod updates, news from Comcast, Google, and like 14 Facebook stories, but we always end up never getting to them. So who knows? It's going to be a great episode of Don't Panic. We're going to recommend you stick around because we're going to start it for you right now. This is Don't Panic, episode number 98, recorded July 20th, 2015. On freeing HBO, Adless Hulu, and the excitement of iPods. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Don't Panic, the technology podcast of champions. I'm Sean Jennings, and I'm joined, as always, by the Internet Explorer 4 and quick launch toolbar of technology. We'll clear the bugs in the second edition. It's Colby Rabidou and Dan Miller. Sirs, how are we doing tonight? I'm sure thinking hard and trying to figure out what I was referencing.
Yeah, I remember the quick launch toolbar in Windows XP. Correct.
No,
or was it before that?
I'll give you a hint. It has to do with tonight's episode number. Internet Explorer 4 and quick launch. Well, you can't go to the website because it doesn't work. But
oh no!
Yeah, and I was just remember that it didn't work, and I'm trying to look up if they ever responded to my support ticket. I don't think anyone ever.
That's not good. No, the opening.
So
those are features introduced in Windows 98 here on our 98th episode.
Wow.
I was gonna go.
Oh my god, we're almost at 100.
I was going to do the boy band 98 Degrees, but I figured you guys would definitely not get that. So I went with the tech reference instead.
Who's the guy from 98 Degrees? Was that Nicholas Shea?
And his brother Drew. They were both in it.
Ah.
Yes.
Nice.
God, why do I know these things? Well, no boy bands, we promise. This is Don't Panic, the technology podcast of champions. We do this show, talk the tech news every week, except when we don't do it. On our website when it works, don'tpanic.io, and of course all over the internet, youtube.com/don'tpanicshow, twitter.com/don'tpanicshow, facebook.com/don'tpanicshow, on iTunes, Stitcher, RSS, all of your favorite podcasting apps. You name it, we're there, so be sure to check us out. And Monday nights live, 10 p.m. Eastern. You can hang out with all our international fans on our live YouTube stream as well. Gentlemen, any banter before we get into this week's episode? And any witty anecdotes or funny stories before we talk the hard news like we always do?
Colby has a good anecdote. No, he might not be willing to share it.
Put him on the spot.
Colby made a impulse buy.
I did.
This week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I bought a tiny MacBook.
You bought what do you mean by a tiny MacBook?
The new one, the 12-inch one. It's
the
very
regular
tiny.
MacBook, like the irresponsibly thin one?
Yes. That's the
with
one.
With the cool touch click pad, whatever they call?
Yeah. Well, I mean, like all the MacBooks have the Force Touch trackpad.
Oh, that's right, they
now.
do. But it's got USB-C.
It does, which is weird.
How many?
I haven't had to plug in a power cord in like 8 years.
I was going to say, how many hundreds of dollars in adapters did you have to buy to go with it?
Almost as much as the computer costs.
That's where they get you.
Did you actually buy any adapters?
I bought the USB-C to regular USB one. And I got another one online that is like the other way. Like the one I have is the USB-C to like the receiver USB, and I got one online that is the USB plug, so you can use it. Like you can plug it you can charge your computer off of like a phone charging pack, which is kind of cool.
That's neat.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. In any case, I impulse bought a tiny MacBook because we're going on a trip to Europe for 2 weeks, and I wasn't going to bring my gigantic 15-inch, 800-pound work MacBook and lug that around Europe for 2 weeks. So we'll see what happens.
Wow.
This might be a tech excursion in the style of Sean Jennings, where
keep the receipt.
Yes. Well, after 2 weeks, I either return. So the problem is Apple's return policy is like 14 days, I think. So we'll still be in Europe at 14 days, but I might just sell it on eBay or something because we'll see what happens. So far, I will say I like it. It is not like it hasn't been like slow or anything for anything I've done on it so far, which admittedly has been like surfing Amazon and stuff and Facebook. But we'll see.
You're not doing the podcast from it?
No.
Well, it doesn't have enough ports, right?
No. I don't. Do you remember? It doesn't.
Oh.
It doesn't have. I mean, I wouldn't be able to plug anything into it. Like, I wouldn't be able to plug my my camera or my speaker. I mean, my microphone into it.
Right.
Also, there was that. Did you see that link on Hacker News the other day? There was like the MacBook stops working with Skype for after like a half an hour of Skyping, it just like
gives up.
I don't know, it just stops like doing the video. And I forget, people are suggesting because it doesn't have any fans, there are all kinds of like crazy like heat control things, so it'll like throttle the CPU if it gets too hot because there's no way to cool it off, which I thought was interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I got it for travel-y stuff, and like comfortable, like loungy aroundy stuff. So I think the next episode of Don't Panic, whenever that may be, will I can report back on how great or not great it was.
Colby, I'm going to be honest. I really don't care what you do in Europe. I really just want to hear how you like the MacBook. So that's my. I'll be on Facebook looking at Colby's vacation photos, looking where are the ones for his computer? Did he edit these in iPhoto?
Pictures of Colby's MacBook on the table.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Coffee shop photos.
You got to do a whole photo diary. This is my computer going through TSA, and this is my computer.
This is when Colby got detained by TSA because his laptop's weird.
This is suspiciously thin. And all I'll say is, I hope you got the gold one.
So, funny story. I was planning, ideally, I would have gotten the space gray one, but they didn't have the space gray one. They only had gold or silver.
And so you went with gold.
No, I didn't get the gold one. I was strictly opposed to having the gold one, so I got the silver one. But
cool. Yeah. Great banter. And we're excited to hear you whenever you come back. So you guys will be gone the next 2 Mondays?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay. Well, then I will make a formal announcement at the beginning of the show. I am also a formal, official. This is an official decree.
Hear ye.
Ding, 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 ding. I am also on vacation next week, so there will be no show next week. And the following Monday, it's been a long time. I think something special for our 99th episode. It's going to be an all-guest episode. So I'm going to commit myself to calling as many people, some who have been on the show and some who haven't, and we're going to fill the rosters and we're doing an all-guest show. We may not even talk about tech news. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we're going to. I want to do some kind of. We haven't done one in a while, so I want to do an all-guest episode, and let these poor guys have a break. Look at them; they're exhausted.
Thank God.
I look forward to listening to that from the other side of the pond.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited too. Let's get to this week's and a little bit of last week's news as well. We didn't do a show last week, so we got some, more than a week's news, but there's some stuff here, gentlemen. Is there something you would particularly like to start with, or should I grab something out of the pile?
Oh, man, we've got a lot of free stuff going on here. I think the theme of the week is free.
The theme of the week is free because we're removing things. It's the absence of things. Maybe we'll start with the good deal free Prime Day.
Yeah, okay.
You know, we teased this on last week's show, Amazon doing their version of Black Friday, where they're just going to discount a bunch of stuff, and you can go on their website and buy it. And I clicked on the wrong link, so I have to open the right link. But they're calling it their version of Black Friday, and it was this past week. Gentlemen, I guess I'll just start off by asking you, did you guys do any shopping on Prime Day?
No, it was too much work.
It was. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't either.
I took one look at it. I scrolled through like that hour's deals, and I was like, there were ones I would have been interested in, but they're already sold out, and I don't have time the rest of the day to look every hour, so I just gave up.
It is, and Black Friday is the exact same way on Amazon. You have to.
But at least with Black Friday, you have preparation. There's like infrastructure deal with this thing. You have the day off. Like,
well, for other stores, yeah, I'm saying on Amazon Black Friday, it is the same way where they just pop up every 10 minutes, and you have to constantly be checking it. It's a big hassle. But the thing about Prime Day is you have nowhere else. Although some other stores, Walmart attempted to counteract with their own online sale. Newegg, I know, had their counteract sale.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but to be honest, I checked mostly throughout the day. I only bought, what did I buy? You know what the real under the radar deals were? All of the digital media. So they had a lot of great MP3 album deals and book deals, and those didn't cycle. Those were all day. So I got a couple $5 albums that were pretty good, and I was happy about that. But you're right, the physical I think I picked up a lavalier microphone, which I'd wanted for a while, and they had a pretty good one on discount.
What's that?
The clip-on mics.
Oh, cool.
Your lapel mics. So to add to my pile of studio equipment that I don't need. And so, but that was it, honestly. And I was really psyched up to buy stuff. And it was weird. It was like diet supplements and like pants and toilet paper. It was just odd. But Amazon did announce that it surpassed Black Friday in terms of rate of sales. So, they didn't get detailed. I'm guessing it's, maybe per minute or per hour or something. They sold a lot of stuff. And some fun facts, they sold over 35,000 Lord of the Ring Blu-ray sets.
I did see that one.
Over 28,000 Rubbermaid dishware sets. Over 4,000 Amazon Echo devices, and over 1,200 television sets.
Wow. That doesn't feel like that much.
And I was really thinking about that, like, because the DVD sets, I forget what they were retailing for.
They retail for like $80 or something like that, right? Because retail for a Blu-ray is like $20.
Yeah. Right?
So you got three, I think it was 60. But it was around 20 for the whole deal, right?
Yeah, but let's just a random number. I mean, let's assume Amazon makes $5 per DVD or per Blu-ray. Maybe that's a generous margin, but multiply that times 35,000. There's definitely some cash to be made with these. The thing about Prime is the idea isn't the one-time purchase; it's all the purchases that surround it. You go for the Lord of the Rings sets, and then you buy some other things too. But I don't know. I think it was how could it ever live up to the hype?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, just people got Amazon kind of really promised a lot by comparing it to Black Friday. How are you ever gonna?
They were just trying to create hype,
and they did, and I think they were really successful. Everyone was talking about it. I know, at least where I worked, they're not real techie kind of guys, but everyone was like checking their computers, and they're like, "Oh, did you see the thing? Hey, I know you were looking for blank," or like, "Oh, did you see? I know there was like 5 pounds of red hot candy you could get at one point at like 70% discount." So I joked with my coworkers, like, "Anyone here like hot candy? They got candy." So it was stuff like that where it was just kind of weird. I don't know. I guess good for Amazon. They got attention. They sold a bunch of stuff. They probably cleared their warehouses of stuff that wasn't selling. So. More power to them, but yeah, a little bit of a disappointment. I'll be curious. They said this was for their 20th anniversary, which is this year. I'd be curious if they repeat it next year. maybe a little fun thing we can try, gentlemen, if you're up for it. There was this sort of, not a meme, but this sort of thing going around on the internet about what's the first thing you ever bought on Amazon.
Oh,
have you ever done this?
No.
So you can go into your Amazon account, and it's pretty, you just scroll. It's pretty, you filter by whatever your oldest year is, and then you just scroll to the bottom. While you're looking yours up, I will go first. The first thing I ever purchased, it was mostly books, but the first thing I ever purchased was, believe it or not, the Dr. Horrible sing-along blog on DVD.
Oh wow.
Was my first ever Amazon purchase.
Nice.
I don't know what that means.
I just made a Dr. Horrible reference
yes.
today.
I got all excited.
Interesting. It looks like the first thing I ever bought on Amazon was my Xbox.
Wow.
Freshman year. Yeah.
Nice.
Freshman year, 2009?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was about my first purchase was 2009.
Yeah. I feel like you were probably, Sean, the person who introduced me to Amazon and is responsible for all the money I've spent there.
Oh man, you're welcome.
Then.
You're welcome.
For those of you who don't know, Sean and I were roommates freshman year of college. That's how this whole story began.
And now Colby is broke because he spent all his money on Amazon. I'm so sorry. He's an addict. He has a problem.
So
currently, it's because I bought a tiny MacBook.
Yeah, he didn't need Amazon.
But the rest
for
of
that.
the money.
on June 27th, 2007,
Wow.
I bought Seneca Falls for some high school English class on Amazon.
Wow.
That was the only Amazon purchase I made in 2007. Then 2008, I bought Pre-Calculus Functions and Graphs on 2008, rather. And then 2009, I bought way more things. I bought a webcam. I bought a bunch of books, a lot of books, a notebook, a Bluetooth adapter, Carcassonne, and Firefly, the complete series.
There you go.
2009.
It's good stuff.
Good year. Yeah.
It is funny to go back and look at some of the things you purchased. It's kind of like when I go back and look at old tweets or something. It's like, I remember when I did that.
Yeah, I had never done this before, so this is sort of a cool thing.
That's a little bit of a
how
time
many?
machine.
I got 2 pages of orders in 2009, and then 2 pages again in 2010. I bet 2011 is probably when it really takes off. Oh yeah, 5 pages of orders in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have 3 pages in 2010.
Wow.
I only had
more,
one, like half a page in 2009. In 2011, I only have 1 page. That's fascinating. It's all textbooks.
Yeah, that kind of destroys your history. Also, your recommendations. I know for a while, Amazon was recommending I buy a lot of.
That was the worst.
Hmm.
The thing I hate about Amazon is that you'll buy something, like you'll buy a suitcase or something, and then you'll just see suitcases for a week. Yeah, like I already bought one. I don't want another one.
That's what it is. It's like always with like weird expensive things you would only buy once, and it's like,
right.
Why would you ever need another one?
Exactly. Like I can see like some things, like I don't know, deodorant, right? If you buy deodorant on Amazon, like I'm bound to need that again soon.
It just is. It's like a lazy algorithm. You like X, you'd also like X. Be like, well, okay, sure.
I bought The Name of the Wind, the book, in 2010, and then I bought it 2 more times in 2011.
What?
As gifts.
Oh, that's nice.
That's funny.
Fun times.
Yes, indeed. Well,
this is an interesting odyssey through all of my college classes, really.
Yeah.
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 It's an interesting like scrapbook of your life for the past 6 years.
I mean, but so like I don't know, so much of this is stupid crap. Like, a box of printer paper. Great. Yeah. that says a lot.
It's true. But for example, I have like a collection of like plug adapters and like currently.
Right. Yeah, here's all the Arduino stuff I bought in 2012. And then I rebought Firefly the Complete Series on Blu-ray in 2012.
This does seem like a fun game where it's like you give a person a random Amazon purchase profile and try and make them figure out who it is. Be like, what person bought all of these things?
Yeah, I wonder how easily I would stand out.
We should do that as a game one week where we pool all of our purchases together and guess which one of the three of us bought it.
I like it.
I would take that challenge. Because I buy so much stuff I don't remember. Which is a little scary. All right. Let's move on to another story here. In the rundown, gentlemen, anything in particular catch your fancy?
Or Hulu?
Not? Hulu? We can talk Hulu. It's an interesting story.
We've been complaining enough.
Yeah. Absolutely.
For years.
Internet's I'm trying to think how I want to phrase it. The internet.
It's a series of tubes.
It's a series of tubes. And in those tubes lies a service that, while we don't really like, and it's called Hulu. And it has lots of television shows and a few movies. And the problem is a gazillion commercials. I swear, almost as much, if not more than regular television. It's kind of out of control. And Hulu might be doing something about it. The Wall Street Journal reporting that Hulu is considering offering an ad-free subscription version of its service. Currently $7.99 a month, but you have ads throughout the program, usually at the same commercial breaks as your normal television set. Right now, it's rumored to be around $12 to $14 a month, may be available this fall, but that would be without commercials. It's codenamed NOAH, which stands for No Ads Hulu.
Very clever.
It's an interesting concept, gentlemen. What do you think?
I would probably pay for that. Because Hulu hooked me with their 7-day free trial that I forgot to cancel.
And they make it impossible to cancel.
Yeah, and now, like, there are things that I'm watching, so it's like, oh, well, when this thing's over, this season of this thing is over, then I'll cancel it. But I haven't done it yet, and it's been, like, 4 months, so I might as well not hate it while I'm watching the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't needed it so far, so I would probably never buy it.
Yeah. I think I didn't feel like I needed it until I tried it, and now I feel like I need. I don't know if need is a strong word, but now I like.
How much is it per month?
Now $7.99.
$7.99. And what do you watch on it?
Well, so I will say I rationalize this by I justify it because we still have like a family Netflix account, so I don't pay for my Netflix. Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh well, if I were paying for my Netflix, I would pay for that instead.
And do you pay for your HBO?
Yes, but that's through our cable, which is kind of it was the cheapest cable plan we could get, and it just had HBO. It's very much like a later story that they're talking about without the internet streaming thing. It's like exactly that cable plan. But I was gonna say, what do I watch? Like I watched like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when that was coming out instead of paying for it. Like Jill and I watched like Amy Schumer's show, which is kind of funny. Mm-hmm. It's actually pretty funny. I enjoy that a lot. I don't know. We just watched The Last Man on Earth. That was funny. I don't know. There are things that I watch sometimes, but again, like I would never start paying for it again. I don't think, but I'm already doing it, so it's hard to stop. It's weirdly addictive, but I think I would hate it a lot less if I didn't have any ads.
Sure.
Yeah, the ads are pretty painful. The advantage Hulu has is it's the new stuff, right? The next day you get the new shows that just aired. You don't have to wait. There's no full seasons a year later on Netflix. For some people, I think $12 to $14 a month is absolutely worth it for that. Because some people want to watch it immediately. I mean, you pay for HBO because, You want to watch Game of Thrones on Sunday when it airs. And for some people, I think $12 to $14 is a very acceptable price. What I like about Hulu is it's much more of a cable replacement than something like a Netflix is. Because Netflix is kind of sporadic content, and it's not really, especially for television, it's not grouped by network, it's not full catalogs of shows, depending, and it's hit or miss. Hulu has the deals with the networks where it's all of their new airing shows, the episodes show up the next day. So I think for a real cord cutter who's a real serious TV person, I think this is a good price. But I think with these services, I compare it just like music streaming, where for some people, Spotify's right, and for some people, Apple Music's right, and for some people, whatever, Google Play Music is right. They all do the same shit. It's just different things for different people depending on their different needs. And I think for Hulu to have the option to pay more without ads is a win for the consumer, and I think a win for Hulu. Because there are people who will say, I'll pay $7.99 to get the episodes. I won't pay the extra to get rid of ads. And that's fine. I just think it's cool they're giving people the choice, and I think $12 to $14 is not an unfair price for that.
Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable to me. And it's not like crazy. I don't know. I could see myself doing that, I guess, like I said.
Well, you combine, let's say, $14 a month plus another $8.99 for Netflix. And you've, I think, for television, you've covered most of your bases. Maybe throw in another $15 if you want HBO Now, and you're still cheaper than most cable plans. And all of it's ad free. So, if you're really serious about not wanting ads, that's a pretty cool option. It's a pretty good way. And I'm not surprised they're doing it, because I think that's one of the biggest things holding them back is the ads. And I'm not surprised at all they're doing it.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we can mention, Colby, you talked about this briefly, this Comcast story that's in the rundown. Comcast announced last week a new internet TV service called Stream. The way it works is it's $15 a month on top of your internet bill. So you already have Comcast internet. You don't have to get cable. Instead, you pay them $15 and you get Stream. You can watch shows on your tablet, your laptop, your smartphone. It includes shows from places like HBO, Fox, NBC, and other networks, but you will only be able to stream them inside your home on the Comcast internet you pay for. In addition to live TV, it will also include on-demand movies and access to... Yes.
What's the point of that? You can only stream it on the internet connection that you already pay Comcast for?
It is, well, all right, so a couple things. One, it's just like having a cable box where you can't really leave your home with it. It's just you don't have a cable box.
Right. And so for some background, this is basically what my cable package is. Like, I get internet and I get the local channels plus HBO, but I get them on a old school, standard definition, non-digital. I guess it's probably digital, but it's standard definition cable connection. So it's basically useless. I get a way better picture for $0, with my over-the-air antenna. Mm-hmm. And I don't we haven't turned on our cable box in 7 months or something.
What?
Yeah.
You haven't turned it on?
No, because it's useless. It doesn't actually. So I don't know if you guys remember, but the reason I got the over-the-air antenna was that I tried to watch the Patriots game one day and the cable was out, and I was just the cable box. The internet was still on, so I was like, never mind. This is a waste of time. But this is better. I would rather have this than have what I have now with a cable box. I would rather dish the cable thing and just get this, because at least, I mean, maybe it doesn't work on any of the devices I have, but at least it'd be better than crappy SD TV on my modern times television that has that is HD and it doesn't look blurry and crappy. Or I assume it would be HD.
Yeah, and you get some bonuses on top of it too, which are nice. It's got a cloud DVR, so you can record stuff in the cloud and stream it back in case you don't want to watch it live. Yeah. And you also have access to those TV everywhere. So like the ESPN app asks you to log in with your cable provider or your internet provider. Yeah. You get access to all of those, which do work outside of your home. It's cool. Only the Comcast Stream app that doesn't work outside the home. So,
right.
I mean, for $15, it's...
Yeah, again, I mean, so I will say, if this is in addition to the crappy cable package that I have to pay for now, I'm not interested. But it makes it sound like it's on top of your internet, which is
specifically,
yeah, which is like that's fine. I would be fine. I mean, that's what I have now. Though I think we're coming to the end of our first year with Comcast, so I think the price is going up like $45 a month or something crazy.
When they do that.
So
when would you not use? When would you not pay for cable anymore?
I mean, I would do it if they don't bring the price down this coming, I guess in August when.
So if you do have to pay $40 more a month or whatever it is, you will not do that.
Yeah, and I'll just pay for internet.
You'll get to do all your sports stuff. Sports.
What's that?
You get to do all of your sporting activities. You got your football and your baseball over going on your streaming. Oh, over the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. So I mean, I don't have right now. I get anything that's on network television over the air, which is the same. I mean, those are the same channels I get on. With Comcast, I don't have any extended sports stuff.
Okay.
So I don't have ESPN, I don't have NESN, so I can't really watch baseball except for nationally broadcast games.
Mm-hmm.
But I can watch football because that's on CBS or Fox or whatever.
Yep.
So really nothing would change with this or if I drop Comcast except that I wouldn't have HBO Go anymore. So I'd have to pay for
HBO now.
Yeah.
Well, Colby, good news, because Stream is launching in beta first in the beautiful scenic city of Houston. No, that's not true. No, I got you. No, it's in Boston by the end of the summer.
I wouldn't have been surprised with all this Google. You can get Google Fiber in Houston before you can get it anywhere in the Northeast.
Houston's a very tech city, absolutely. So Colby, would you be willing to try it out?
Maybe, yeah. I mean, if my bill can remain relatively constant, I would do whatever. This would be totally fine, or no cable would be totally fine, or I don't know, another internet provider. That would be great if that were an option.
Competition
but it's not.
In the marketplace.
Yes.
You're crazy.
That would be delightful.
It's crazy.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll certainly keep the Don't Panic audience posted.
Yeah, please do. That's exciting. And I will very quickly mention the story. HBO Now has ended its exclusive period with Apple. It has now moved beyond, rolling out across Android, Chromecast, Fire TV. Soon. I don't think it's live on any of those as of this moment. Oh no, so it's live now on Android phones and tablets and the Amazon Fire tablet. And in the future it will be available, it's been announced, on Chromecast and Fire TV, though I assume it will support even more services. That's just what's been announced. Same price, same things as they've been doing with Apple. It's just that the exclusivity is over for Apple devices. Boom.
It was good while it lasted.
Yes, it was. Good days. Actually, honestly, I've been waiting for this to end because I am going to, as soon as they launch on, I'd like them to launch on Roku. I'm sure they will eventually, but when they launch for Chromecast, I'm getting it because I've got a backlog of stuff on HBO I want to watch, so I think I'm just going to buy it for 1 month and just go nuts and just watch all the HBO.
You know, the cool thing about HBO too is they have really good movies on there. Yeah. They get real movies before they come out on all the other things. Not the crappy things that come out fast on Netflix, which are they're on Netflix a month after they were in cinemas because it was bad.
Mm-hmm.
But HBO has awesome stuff. So that's pretty cool. That's that's probably my second favorite part of HBO Go. With
After
the first being Game of Thrones.
Okay.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to watch that so we have something to talk about.
Oh, Sean, I'm so excited for you.
I don't know if I would get it. I feel like it would just go right over my head.
I don't know.
It would just be me sitting there like, what the hell is
As someone
going
who
on?
watched a lot of Game of Thrones in a bar, I can confirm that there are some pretty dumb people who seem to get that show. So
Thank you, Dan.
Or at least
That's very
enjoy it.
Inspiring.
I think it has something for everyone. Like if you're
well, I like gratuitous violence. Would that be for me?
Right, exactly. Like if you're not if you have a hard time keeping up with what's going on, there's always the like violence, destruction, and nudity to keep you entertained. But then if you're more inclined to follow a complex story, there's a lot to follow too.
And the good news is, if I can't figure out which character is which, it doesn't matter because they'll die anyway. So
exactly,
no problems there. I'll have to get on that. Let's continue. More news, gentlemen. What would you like to discuss? Anything in particular? Now, we have 3 Facebook stories in here. We have buying things on Facebook company pages. We have Facebook potentially working on a human-powered assistant for people. And we also have Facebook rolling out potentially music videos to the timeline. Any of those stories sound appealing to talk about?
The assistant thing. If I had to pick one of those, I think I would say the assistant thing.
All right, sure. let's discuss that. They're called rumor. The rumor is it's called Moneypenny. If you're a James Bond fan, you're going to know that name. And according to a report, it's not virtual like Cortana or Siri, but it connects real people with other real people to help with researching and ordering products and services, among other things. There are a couple other apps that already do this that are kind of small, but they say it's currently being tested internally by employees, and that it would be built into Messenger. So, totally speculating, but I'm guessing you would message this service and you would say, hey, I'm looking for a cool bar to go to, or hey, I need more toilet paper, or hey, and I guess in exchange for some kind of money or something, they would do it for you, which is how a lot of these other apps work as well.
What was the Cha-Cha? That was the
yeah.
Oh yeah,
that thing sucked. Cha-Cha was the worst.
Is Cha-Cha still a thing?
The answers were such garbage.
Just about to look. Oh, it sure is. It looks totally different, though. Wow.
That does not surprise me.
What bar should I go to in New York City? It's taking a long time. Those are terrible results.
Yeah, so there are, I guess, a number of services that do this now. Magic is one of them. There's one called Operator. There's another called Go Butler. And they're all kind of, you just text them and say... Oh my god, what's funny is 2 of these apps have the exact same example on their front page. I want a pepperoni pizza and a Diet Coke. And then they just find it and order it and tell you how much it is, and then it shows up at your house. You just text them. I'm going to have to try this. This sounds interesting.
You should.
I mean, it's apparently free. But, you can text them, I need to fly to Boston next Friday, and then they say, cheapest flight or most direct, and you say cheapest, and they say, okay, I can get you out of San Jose Airport at 11 a.m. for $351. Is that okay? And then they'll book the flight for you. I don't know how this works. This is very weird. I'm going to have to try this. Oh, it says, the first time you use the service will ask for your credit card info, your address. Oh, that's messed up. Other people are placing orders on my credit card? That's all right.
Well, that's how a lot of these personal assistant services work, even if you're just contracting with one person.
I mean, I get the concept. I don't feel good about it, but,
How else is it supposed to work?
Bad.
I don't know. This is interesting. I'm gonna try. And also, none of these charge you anything, and I'm concerned. How is it free? Like...
They just arbitrarily charge your credit card.
That's what I'm like. I'm like, this This can't be right. Is it like a Russian scam to get our credit card data or something? I don't know. Anyway, it's interesting. I am going to try one of these services if I remember, and see what happens.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. I feel like I would never download any of these things, but if it was just in Messenger, I might try it.
Well, it's kind of like how Facebook at whatever F8 or the last thing they were talking about. Companies being able to be on Messenger and use that for things like customer support and ordering things. And I always thought that was an interesting concept where in the same place you message your friends with questions, you could message a company with a question or an order or something. That kind of sounds a little bit like this, except it covers more than just a single company. So it's an interesting concept.
It is. I kind of miss using Messenger. I don't know. I liked Messenger a lot when I had an Android phone because I didn't have iMessage. Mm-hmm. But now that I have an iPhone again, iMessage is too convenient and ubiquitous amongst my friends to not use it.
The problem I have with Messenger is it's very quickly becoming like Facebook in that there's just too much shit going on. And I can't... Like, they just keep throwing everything at it. And I'm like, stop. Just, like, it's good. Like, the other day it popped up. It's like, oh, now you can send people money through Messenger, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I just want to message my friends. Like, don't, there's voice messages and video messages and stickers and GIFs and plugins and.
Yeah, I mean, I think all those things are like they're like competing with the other messaging apps, right? Like Line and those other things, and they're trying to be like everything for everyone.
And I get that, but then you start throwing this money penny thing, and it's like, well, how far is too far? That was my point when I called it strategy-free Facebook content. Was Facebook adding music videos to your timeline makes no sense to me. Like, stop putting shit in my timeline. Yeah. Like, in my feed, stop. Like, it is I can't do this anymore, Facebook. Like, it is way out of control.
What if it's from artists whose music videos you want to see?
But I can go to YouTube for that. I can go to any number of... I can
but
follow
you won't
my
know that they released it.
But Dan, you're so funny. Dan Miller sent me
it's the same reason I like iTunes Connect. Like, I can follow these artists, and I know when they come out with new stuff. Except Facebook probably already knows what artists I like.
But that's one thing that's cool about about Connect is it's in a music app. I don't want it in my Facebook feed. My Facebook feed is for my friends, not for following music. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but it's like, I don't want a place that's all in one. Like, I find that bad, because then things get lost. I like having separate... That's why I like Instagram so much. It's just for pictures. I don't like looking at pictures on Twitter or Facebook, because it's not designed for that. I like looking at photos on Instagram. I feel like that's the same with Facebook. Like, just show me what my friends post... And just let it go.
By the way, Sean, I just sent you $1 on Facebook Messenger.
I saw it. Thank you. I got a... Dan Miller sent you $1. Thank you, Dan. Thank you, Dan. And in return, I will send you a sticker. Maybe a gift. Oh, I have to add a debit card. It's free to accept. Can I decline? I can.
No. You are forced to accept this money.
Payment dollar canceled. Look at that. It's done.
Wow.
Oh.
You burned, Dan.
Sean didn't accept your $1.
No, I don't want your handouts, Dan.
Send him $10.
Just keep upping the amount until I accept. Oh my God, Sean finally accepted. It's $10,000.
I didn't think it was going to do it.
Called my bluff.
Oh my gosh, there's so many things here.
I know. All the different...
Send you pinatas, emus.
What the fuck? I don't... whatever. It's just...
It's a stay film.
It's so complicated. Whatever.
This is ridiculous.
I tried to... Well, okay, I won't get into it. Facebook just really pisses me off these days, and I don't like using it, but we'll leave it at that.
Sean's mad.
I'm mad. And I never... You know me. I don't get mad, and I don't go on rants. So you know this must be serious.
Is that true?
No. Is that true? No, it's not true. Oh, look, and now he's sending... Dan, you're so funny. I love... messaging GIFs is like my new favorite thing. Dan just sends me the OMGY guy falling over here. This is great. Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
But seriously, why'd you decline my $1?
Well, because Dan, I don't know why you're sending me money. Like, I don't want you to call in that favor later. Be like, Sean, remember that time I gave you $1?
It's just like $1 for your thoughts. It's like I appreciate what you do here.
You're very sweet.
$1 is literally the least I could send you.
They make you put in your debit card so you can get paid. I don't want to give Facebook.
How else are they supposed to pay you?
Well, but Dan, there's you can hit me on Venmo, PayPal. I think Snapchat Cash. I think has my banking
can I
information.
send you money in Snapchat too?
Yeah. Why does everyone want? Stop sending me money. I already have too much money. No.
Everyone online, send Sean Jennings $1.
This is the worst charity drive I've ever been a part of.
What's your Facebook.com/Sean Jennings?
Yeah. I'm Sean Jennings on Snap. I'm Sean Jennings everywhere. If you're looking for me, I pretty much claim that username.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Branding. Ding. Yeah. So go ahead. Send me $1.
Do it. This is how we're going to get on Reddit tomorrow.
Because I'm a millionaire, because all of our fans sent me $1.
Yeah. Random online podcaster becomes millionaire overnight as meme sweeps the internet sending him $1.
Wow. That would be great if anyone listened to the show.
Hey man, all it takes is that one guy.
Yeah.
We're gonna look, Snapchat from Jazz Dan. Let's
I couldn't figure out how to do it. I just sent you a picture expressing my frustration. There's only like 3 buttons on Snapchat. I can't figure out how to do anything.
How do I send you $1? No, let me see if I can remember how to do this. Oh, so what you have to do
is... I can send you like CNN. This is like, you think at least Facebook has a lot of stuff that's discoverable. I can send you Fartalazila live.
What is that?
Live from Fartalazila.
All right, I'm trying to... All right, Dan, I just sent you $1.
Shit. How did you do that?
How did I... It's amazing.
No, you didn't. You just sent me your face.
No, beneath that, I sent you $1.
Tap to receive $1.
Yeah, so what you do is in the chat, you put $$ and then an amount after it, and then it sends that to somebody.
Oh, you think that's better than Facebook's implementation?
No, I don't. I don't think any of this is good.
I can't even... I'm tapping it and nothing's happening. It won't even give me my $1.
Oh my god, maybe that's Snapchat's business model. Just eat the money people try to send. It's not a bad strategy. All right, we've got a podcast to do, I'm told. And we've got to move on to picks because we're just burning the midnight oil here. And we've got some technology to talk about. And some cool things to show off. So I'm going to volunteer to go first because mine's pretty straightforward and pretty quick. I had no idea what to talk about this week. I literally looked around the room and then mounted to the wall over there. I live in a house right now that I live in the basement.
You live in a house?
I live in a house in the basement. And it was built in like the 50s, 60s. And I don't know what is in these walls, but it's like lead titanium built to withstand any nuclear blast or something. I don't know. But it means the Wi-Fi just does not work great. The newest standards, like whatever AC works pretty well, like on the new iPhone, and I got a new router. But for older devices like my laptop, I don't get good Wi-Fi in the house. I honestly don't. And I've tried everything, and it's just these walls. They just are uncooperative. So I decided Ethernet cables, not crazy expensive. The basement has a drop ceiling. I'm going to wire the place. So I picked up this Netgear ProSafe FS105NA 5-port fast Ethernet switch. For those of you at home who has no idea what I'm talking about, it's just a device that you plug one Ethernet into and it makes a bunch more Ethernets. And I ran a cable from my router, plugged one end in, and now I have 4 extra ports down here that I use, one for the studio and one for my Roku and one for my laptop, and I've got wires running everywhere. But it is, if you ever have problems with Wi-Fi and you can run cables where you live, this was like, it's a $20 box. It works really great. I've been very happy, and I've had much, much better time with the internet since picking it up. So, you know, I'll recommend this one specifically if you're looking for one. But if you need to expand your Ethernet, especially far from your router, because I know most routers have 3 or 4 ports in them, but if you have to do it far from your router, this is a pretty cost-effective and easy way to do it. You just plug it in and it works. So that is my pick, the Ethernet switch. Getting my IT on.
Those things are magical.
I think you missed an opportunity. I think you should have gotten the 16 port one.
No, you laugh. I filled all of them. They're full.
Wow.
I've run out. Because Ethernet cables are not expensive. So I've just wired everything down here, including I had to get a 100-foot cable to go like the entire length of the house. But it was worth it because it's a massive. Oh man, I was so bad, but.
Now are Ethernet cables like TV cables? Did you get like the gold ones so you get a better connection?
The monster Ethernet cables that,
they make those.
I bet I don't doubt that for a second. No, I got the cheap off-brand Amazon ones and they work great. So I've been very happy. All right, let's continue on. Colby, you're next on the list. So why don't we talk about your pick?
Nice. So, I will say my pick is not something I own. It's just something I think is really cool. I heard about someone on one of the other podcasts I listened to picked this last week, and it blew my mind a little. So they're basically Bluetooth headphones, but they're completely open ear in that they're bone conducting headphones. So if you remember from like when Google Glass was still a thing, it had like a speaker and it worked without having anything in your ear because it like vibrated your skull and your eardrums would like pick up the sound from your skull vibrations. So this is basically just headphones that work that way. And so as a result of that, you don't have anything over your ears, so they're great for like if you're a runner or a cyclist. Obviously, those are situations in which it can be kind of hard to listen to music or listen to podcasts because there might be like a car bearing down on you, and you probably want to like hear what's going on around you, unless you're a total jerk and you don't care about anyone else getting where they need to go. Which seems to work fine for some people. However, I would be very interested in this for that reason. And they have really great reviews. Like everyone seems to love them. I guess with the exception of just battery life. I guess it lasts for 6 hours, but that's not like an all day thing. I think that would be fine for me because I don't think I would be interested in using it all day. I think it would be very much limited to during my commute thing. And the other thing is that in very loud situations, they aren't very good. Like if you're on the subway, for example, and it's super squeaky and rattly and just loud in general, it's pretty easy. Like in most cases, like it'll drown out the sound from these headphones because it's open ear. So they are competing with the sounds around you. But if you're in a less enclosed space, they say it's pretty cool. So someday I'm going to try this after I finish paying the credit card bills from the trip I'm about to take.
Yeah, this is a great...
That's the point of credit cards, Colby. You don't have to pay them off before you buy the next thing.
Fuck it.
Charge it right up, man.
Infinite money card.
Yeah, it's a great example of the product you want your friend to buy and to see how it is and let them waste their money and then you find out. And
yeah, they are a little pricey. They're like $100. So.
Yeah,
not headphone impulse buy range for me,
No.
Anyways.
Well, and I'm sure they'd work great with that new slim MacBook of yours. Just saying. I'm just saying. All right, cool. Dan, your pick. Something you're related to your trip, I'm guessing.
Yeah, so for a long time I've been a big fan of Hipmunk.com as a website for buying flights. The design's really good. The way they lay out the transfers and stuff is really nice. The way they sort things by agony is nice. So you're not looking at just number of transfers or minimum price as your sort for the flights, but like how 2-minute transfers is bad, one 12-hour transfer is bad. So it took a holistic approach. But in this trip, I found that google.com/flights is actually much better for pricing, and their interface is almost as good. So if you're looking to save money, and buy a lot, because Google Flights seems to have airlines that aren't even on Hipmunk, so you can save hundreds of dollars that on flights, and Hipmunk won't even show you that that's an option. So it's pretty simple. If you're looking to buy a flight, try google.com/flights.
Cool. Yeah, no, it's interesting. Google acquired, I don't know if you remember, ITA back in, when did they acquire them?
That was around when the podcast started, I think.
No, it was, it says here 2010. So
really?
It was a while back. Yeah, but ITA developed all the technology behind Bing Travel and cheap tickets and Kayak and Orbitz, and worked with American Airlines and United Airlines and US Airways and Virgin Atlantic. So, I mean, they Google bought a pretty solid company, and it's good to see they're putting it to use. So,
yeah,
that's great. I'm gonna have to try that. Super cool. Well, we'll have links to all the. I know we talked about some specific products, so we'll have links to all the picks on the website when it's working. Don'tPanic.io. Go there and check out this week's episode with all the links to the picks, as well as the audio and the video and all the whatnot. Gentlemen, that's it. We're at the end of the show. We've done it. We came, we saw, we talked.
Yeah, we made it through.
We did. We survived.
Very exciting.
And I think we're stronger because of it.
Indeed. Indeed. I'm very excited that we're coming up on our 100th episode.
It's going to be exciting.
I think that's cool. A century, an episode century.
It feels like a century.
Epicentury?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, maybe if I'm ambitious in the next week or two, maybe I'll pull some clips from episode 1. And
that will be extremely embarrassing.
It's rough.
Indeed.
It's rough. If you go back and watch, I have gone back and watched it. It's rough.
Yeah.
Wow. But it was.
I feel like that was like 2 years ago. Did I still have like really poofy hair then?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You did.
And the first episode, Colby, you did from your parents' house, and Dan, you did from Connecticut.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was before I had like a microphone.
Yeah, and it was Google Hangouts back when we were using Google Hangouts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which we actually did that for I think the first like 30 or so episodes.
Yeah, we did.
Oh man, so many hilarious moments. We're too young to be reminiscing. Well, you'll have to come back and join us next time for episode 99. We won't be here next week. We'll all be on the road. These guys get to go to Europe while I get to go to Amish country in Pennsylvania. So you can tell who got the better end of the deal. But nonetheless, we'll be back in 2 weeks with an all-guest episode. I will be here. These two guys won't. I'm not going to commit to anyone because I haven't asked anybody, but we're going to have at least 2, if not 3 guests. God knows what we're going to talk about. But it'll be, at minimum, a fun episode, and I think a fun way to do number 99. So join us back, of course, don'tpanic.io, and at Don't Panic Show on Twitter is absolutely the best way to follow us and keep up with what's going on when we're live. Of course, Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern, but also when new episodes get posted on the website. And, of course, subscribe. Whether it's video on YouTube, we had, like, over 200 views on last week's episode on YouTube, which was awesome. I think our most viewed episode ever, so I'm very happy about that. So subscribe to us on YouTube and watch us there. We look good on your big screen. But, of course, also on iTunes and Stitcher and Overcast and Pocket Cast and all the different apps. We are there, so be sure to subscribe. Gentlemen, anything else? Any parting words before you set sail on your grand journey to the old world?
See you in August.
Indeed.
Well,
episode 100.
That's right. We will be back for episode number 100.
Yeah.
And you're going to want to join us. We're going to pull out all the stops. And by that, I mean, if I remember, we might do something.
We'll pull out one of the stops.
We'll pull out a stop. Yeah. You know what? I think we'll have to do a giveaway of some kind.
Oh.
I think we got to do something for the fans. All
Absolutely.
like 3 of them. I think they've earned it. They've stuck with us for 100 episodes. We barely did that, so I think they've earned it. So I'm gonna think up something fun, but we're definitely gonna do a giveaway for episode 100.
Nice.
And you got to watch to learn about it. So that's the way to do it.
Definitely.
Awesome. All right. Well, on behalf of Colby and Dan, thanks everybody for joining us. We'll see you next time on a new episode of Don't Panic.